What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Duck. I'm about to react to 10 terrifying close calls caught on camera. Boy, Underworld is back. Underworld is back. Okay, y'all ready for these close encounters, close calls? People been probably stupid. Yeah, let's watch.
From a heart-stopping near miss at a railroad crossing in the UK, and a construction worker in Russia who took a lucky leap of faith, to a building in Egypt that collapsed moments after those inside escaped, and a fireball on a Russian highway that almost incinerated this cameraman. Here are 10 terrifying close calls caught on camera.
That's crazy. Got the OTC shirt on.
Chaiyaphum is a landlocked province in northern Thailand. It's home to about 1.3 million people and a motocross crew who likes riding along flooded forest trails. On September 17th of 2023, the team embarked on a long ride after several days of heavy rain in Chaiyaphum. The dirt roads were wet and muddy, but these pros believed they could handle it. The ride went smoothly at first, at least as smoothly as it can go given the conditions. About a mile into the woods, the water seemed to get deeper. Then, out of nowhere, the team came upon a freak flash flood cutting right through their path. When our cameraman arrived, he learned his buddy had gotten swept up in it.
That's not good. Oh, damn. That's not good. There's somebody else, huh? There's somebody else that got dragged. Damn. Can't even see him. Where is he at?
Our cameraman trudged through the wet grassland in desperate search of his friend. He could be washed up on the shore or miles downstream by now. These bikers simply had no idea. Their anxiety built as the camera kept rolling. It finally released when they learned their friend's fate.
Oh, okay. Bike gone. Bike gone. Almost the clothes gone, bro.
Thankfully, the biker was okay and emerged from the water without a scratch. We can't say the same about his bike, though. It looks like it got washed downriver, never to be seen again. Since there was no way across and no going back, our riders had to wait for the flood to subside before continuing their journey. It's unclear who had to carry the man who lost his bike.
Oh, good. They're friends, right? They got it. At least he didn't die.
In the United States, we have OSHA, or the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. They do their best to ensure work conditions are safe for everyone, especially regarding dangerous work like construction. In Russia, they have, well, whatever allowed this to happen. It was March 19th of 2017. 2 Russian construction workers were out on the job site. One was in charge of cutting some support rods, while the other filmed and made fun of him. They weren't laughing when the bridge suddenly collapsed, and our Russian worker had to make a leap of faith to safety.
Будет падать, кидай нахуй резак!
Wait, he's cutting right now.
Я говорю, заденет, будет падать, заденет
по-любому
вот этим аппендицитом. И он повисит вот на той центральной.
He's cutting a section, but still, like, I don't know. I would never go on that. He got me messed up. He had to pay me millions of dollars to get out. Even then, hell no.
Thankfully, the worker landed safely on the concrete slab. He's lucky he avoided those steel rods sticking out of the platform he was standing on. This video's like those cartoons of people sawing the tree branch they're sitting on. Did this guy think that column would remain standing as the bridge collapsed around him? And if it did, how the heck did he plan on getting down? Needless to say, OSHA would have a problem with the safety practices on this job site.
What the hell? I was like, what the hell is this thinking?
China is full of stunning mountain views once you venture outside the main cities. This family in northern China was out for a casual sightseeing ride when they narrowly avoided a complete catastrophe. It was July 29th of 2021. The family had just parked their red SUV near the edge of a roadside cliff. Just as they were getting ready to leave, the brakes failed and their car began rolling toward the edge.
Wow, that sucks, bro. That they hit that handbrake, or you gotta... I didn't even know, man. Been a gentleman. Oh no, I thought he was unbuckling his seatbelt. Never mind. It says no serious injuries, by the way. What the?
By some miracle,
Did she
the car
survive?
stopped halfway down and never flipped over. Rescuers reached the woman who was still inside and extracted her without any life-threatening injuries. The rest of the
Okay,
family is
bro.
lucky they escaped in time. When the father grabbed the car, it bought those in the back a few quick seconds to open the doors and jump out. According to reports, the woman in the front couldn't move because her seatbelt was stuck. That same seatbelt likely saved her life as the SUV rolled down the mountain.
Wow. I saw the seatbelt. That's why I thought he was unbuckling, but he
February of
never did.
2011. Christopher Carlson, an avid backcountry skier, has just arrived in Verbier, Switzerland for a few days on the mountain. He waited at the top and watched as all of his friends went down before him. He was excited when his turn finally came, but that excitement quickly turned to panic when a freak avalanche swept him off his skis.
Oh, yeah. I wonder would I ever do this in life. I know for a fact right now, thinking, no. I would never. I would never try this. But I wonder would I ever, build that courage and do some shit that can get me freeze to death. Kevin Hart did it. So yeah, little encouragement. I mean, can we not hear him? He's not really panicking as much as I would be. I'd be like, oh shit, about to get buried alive. Fuck.
Thanks to his years of experience, Christopher knew to cup his hands around his mouth as the snow piled on. This helped form an air pocket, allowing him to breathe under about 6 feet of snow. Meanwhile, his backcountry safety equipment helps his friends locate and dig him out.
Interesting. That's good to know. Oh. Now he starts screaming. Fast forwarding that song.
Yeah, okay.
That shit was crazy. I saw that dapped up.
According to data
Good
from the
friends,
Colorado Avalanche Information Center, most victims will suffocate within minutes of getting buried. Thanks to Christopher's air pocket, he could have lasted several hours under the snow. It would have been cold, scary, and uncomfortable, but it would have given rescue teams plenty of time to find him. Thankfully,
That's
his
good to
friends
know.
only needed a few minutes.
So you cover your hands with your mouth. That's actually really good information. You covered your hands with your mouth. You could survive for hours, apparently, according to this narrator. So that's good to know. I didn't know that. Cool. I was like, I wonder the time frame he had covering his mouth, and then he answered it. Cool.
In the extreme sport of acro-paragliding, normal paragliders take things up a notch by performing twists, flips, and spins in the air. Smart acrogliders will perform these tricks over a body of calm water. They'll also carry 1 or 2 reserve parachutes if something goes wrong. This high-flying daredevil took things to a new level when he tried a death-defying trick over a dense forest. Watch as things go very wrong, and he narrowly avoids a catastrophic crash.
It's twisting. Really? This is an activity I would not do, by the way. Fuck this activity. Got a height fear sometimes that hits. I could be above in the air for a bit, but it's just sometimes that shit hits me. This thing. Look at this. Look how close he is. Yo, and he can't untangle it. And he going fast too. If he hits, that's gonna hurt. Bruh. He's good now.
Luckily, our pilot regained control and could float as he caught his breath. He sat there in stunned silence for a few moments, likely thinking about how close he came to certain death. He claims he made a rookie mistake by trying a risky, twisted maneuver too low to the ground. He lost his brake handle and began sinking toward the trees. Things got worse as his lines crossed, forcing him to untangle them manually. Then, part of his wing clipped the treetops. Luckily, he corrected course at the last second and floated down to safety. Hopefully, he learned from this close call and won't repeat the same rookie mistake.
I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna do it again, but he gonna do some stuff.
Network Rail owns and manages the general infrastructure for most of Great Britain's railroads. They take safety seriously and don't appreciate when people's reckless behavior leads to accidents on their tracks. And while most people know to stop and wait for the train to cross, others aren't as wise. Network Rail could hardly believe it when they began reviewing CCTV footage from different level crossings along the Wessex route. Watch how several close calls could have led to catastrophe. The first incident occurred on June 1st of 2024. A couple waited patiently for the first train to pass. Then they ignored the red lights and lowered arms, assuming the crossing was safe. They quickly learned it wasn't, as another train was heading their way. They scamper across the tracks and run to safety. Two more incidents occurred at the same crossing on Clappers Lane. Watch as the first pedestrian and his dog are nearly taken out by a passing train. About 2 months later, a man on his bike casually crosses in front of the same train, missing it by only a few feet. It almost looks like he wanted to push his luck as far as possible. The next clip doesn't involve any trains. Instead, we see two bikers who tried to beat the crossing arms. Instead, they wind up crashing into each other, putting everyone's life at risk. According to Network Rail, 466 incidents like these occurred between 2023 and 2024, and that's only counting the Wessex route. The figures show a 24% increase in misuse incidents. Apparently, those living along the Wessex route don't care about basic train safety.
Bruh, they don't give a fuck. That's funny.
Anak Krakatau is among the most well-known volcanoes in the world. Born from the catastrophic eruption of 1883, Anak Krakatau, or Child of Krakatau, used to be about 1,100 feet tall. Then another massive eruption in October of 2018 cut the mountain in half. It was October 16th of 2018. Krakatau enthusiast Matthew Davidson was on board a tour boat in the Sunda Strait when the legendary mountain blew its lid. He kept the camera rolling as lava bombs landed and rolled toward the water. Then, things escalated significantly when a few of those bombs landed right next to his boat.
I bet that shit's hot. Well, even if it hits the water, I bet that motherfucking water is burning. That shit turned from the ocean to a jacuzzi real quick. Probably hotter than a jacuzzi. Shit. About to boil them some bitches alive.
Oh! Fucking hell!
I like how that's amazing. Like, y'all are crazy.
Matthew was lucky their captain got them out of there in time. It's hard to tell from the footage, but those lava bombs are about the size of your car. If one landed on their boat, well,
Oh,
you can use your
shit.
imagination. The
They're that
2018
big?
eruptive period at Anak Krakatau lasted from June of 2018 until January of 2019. Another large-scale eruption in
what the fuck is
December
that?
sent a devastating tsunami toward
Yo,
Indonesia.
that shit look
Hundreds of
crazy.
people lost their lives, and thousands more lost their homes. When it was over, Anak Krakatau shrunk from 1,100 feet to 360 feet. In
Damn.
other words, Matthew and his tour group were among the last to see the mountain before it cut itself in half.
It's a lot. It's a big difference.
Cairo is famous for being the capital of Egypt and one of the oldest baskets of civilization in the world. Unfortunately, they've earned themselves a new reputation in recent years, and it has to do with poor construction practices. According to a 2022 report, there are 14.5 million residential properties nationwide. Of them, roughly 100,000 are categorized as dangerous and on the verge of collapse.
Damn.
Many of those buildings are in Cairo, and they've been claiming innocent lives since 2015. These
Damn, they
locals
just
got lucky when
10
someone
years
noticed
in the
cracks
making.
forming in the side of their apartment complex. Everyone got out moments before the building came crumbling down.
And it be like that in these other countries, don't it? That's crazy. Ain't no way I'll be that close to that building. I'm leaving that bitch.
Our cameraman said his uncle lived in the building and escaped moments before the collapse. He said construction on an adjacent building had caused the deep cracks to form in this one. Residents, including his uncle, awoke to strange cracking and creaking sounds that morning. Then they noticed slight movements in the structure and knew it was on the verge of collapse. Sadly, it's a story they've heard many times before. Between 2014 and 2020, Egypt experienced about 1,000 similar collapses. Combined, these incidents claimed the lives of 500
Hey, Egypt?
people. About two-thirds of
Think
that
they know how to
figure
build
were women
everything.
and children.
That's crazy.
The M4 highway in Russia, also known as the Don, is a 943-mile expressway linking Moscow in the
That's a
north
lot
to
of
Novorossiysk,
lanes.
a
Look at
port
that.
city on the Black Sea. On November 12th of 2018, a local man was driving along the M4 when he discovered a massive pileup. Roughly 10 cars were involved in the crash, and dozens more were stuck behind. He kept the camera rolling as he passed the flaming vehicle, leading to this extreme close call.
Damn.
Все стало.
I'll be far as fuck on the right side, just in case a car fly over that
Надо
bitch.
валить быстрее, ёбаный в
Damn,
рот.
that's a lot of trucks.
Вот это жесть. И побились все. Вот это черт подъери.
Which car is it? I'm trying to search for it. I see the smoke. I see the smoke.
Горит машина.
Oh yeah,
Глянь же,
that's
скать,
not
машина
good.
загорелась. Вот это
Ишь.
пиздец.
Oh shit.
Now, we don't speak Russian, but we're guessing our cameraman used
Man.
some colorful
Holy
language to
shit.
describe what he just saw. Thankfully, he and his passenger were unharmed during the blast. It's unclear what caused the pileup, but by the looks of things, weather likely had something to do with it.
Bonus.
Shuangyashan, China, is a large coal mining city in the eastern part of Heilongjiang province. It's home to about 1.4 million people, including two
They
men
remind
who
me
will
of
never
Red
look at
Gorilla,
winter
the
the
game.
same way again. It was November 14th of 2023. Shuangyashan had just experienced a heavy snowfall, and several large piles had formed on the rooftops. Storefront CCTV cameras were rolling as two men strolled by. One of them looked up, and then both were jumping for cover. The leading man hears something shift overhead. He looks up to see a cascade of snow falling toward him. They raise their arms for cover and try to escape the avalanche. Thankfully, neither man was injured as the chunks landed directly behind them.
Damn, they
Cell
got
phone
lucky.
footage of a similar event shows how much damage heavy snow like that can do.
Damn.
今天变成蓝皮了，
Now we're thinking that there are several solid blocks of ice mixed in with the snow. It wouldn't cause this much damage if it were just soft powder. So, the next time you're walking under a building after a snowstorm, keep an eye on the roof. You never know when something's about to fall off. Malappuram, India is a large town in the southern state of Kerala. It's home to roughly 630,000 people, including a biker who shouldn't be alive to tell his story. It was July 25th of 2020. Mohammed Salih was out on his motorcycle when he pulled over on a busy road. Traffic moved steadily in each direction. Then, without warning, Mohammed's life flashed before his eyes. Luckily, his guardian angel was there to save him.
If I'm parked, I'm facing towards the street so I can see left and right for that reason. Oh shit! Damn, G-Wagon saved his life. Holy shit. Is that even a G-Wagon? I don't even know. It looks like a G-Wagon. Looks like a Jeep.
Mohammed's guardian angel came in the form of an SUV driver who veered into the runaway backhoe. The collision likely saved Mohammed's life, as the heavy machine was on a direct collision course with his bike. Looking back, you can see when Mohammed realizes he's in trouble. He must have heard the machine skidding on the road and turned to look at the last second. Then, panic set in, and he froze while trying to get off the bike. It looks like the SUV driver walked away from the crash without any significant injuries. As for the backhoe, it's unclear what caused this freak accident. Excessive speed likely had something to do with it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it...
Look at that beautiful city. Ah, well, those were some close calls, you know. Damn, that SUV saved, homie. I'm glad everybody was really safe for the most part in this video. Nobody like died, so, or suffered horrendous injuries. So that's good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video with me. Don't be stupid. It's like some of these people in this video walking across the trains because they in a rush. You're not that much in a rush. You're gonna die. Okay. Yes. Thank you guys for watching. Been real. Been fun. It's 6 a.m. Okay. It's 6 a.m. and today is the 6th of May. Usually I don't say the date, but anyways. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.